Okay, we haven't discussed Bitcoin in a couple weeks, and I want to point out that again, Bitcoin does trade over the weekends, and one of the things that is really been illuminating, I think, for people is that this thing really gets crushed over the weekends. And I just wanted to pull up the chart here again and kind of talk about where we are and where opportunities might be. Remember in mid June, we had actually done a video on this. So it's been just over a month talking about Bitcoin at $3,000 and how this had the feel of a penny stock to us. And that's never a good thing because it usually tends to correct itself before it resumes. And we had one correction, two corrections. This is the big one now, and really the fast money is now bagged. You had all the stories this past month about Bitcoin billionaires and millionaires on the front page, and when that starts becoming mainstream and the press again starts talking about things like this, it's over. It's as simple as that. You look at Tesla. Even Tesla had a similar thing. Like everybody was going crazy on Elon Musk. Every article is Elon Musk. Same thing we're seeing right now in AI, artificial intelligence, neural learning, virtual reality. Everybody's using those words. I'm not saying we're at the top in those markets, but when the press starts getting like feverish about these things, it's usually the beginning of the end. And I think you're seeing the same thing even in the euro right now. You're seeing the euro have a huge rally. Gold had it. We can go on and on. But the one thing I'll say is after this rally, and I want to bring up a daily chart in Bitcoin, you can see it's just we're basically going to probably go back to this 1300 to 900 areas where I ultimately see it probably heading. And why do I say that? It really comes down to market profile and why I say that. And as this chart populates, let me talk a little bit about this. You see here in the chart that for really most of the fall we were spending our time in this 50% range, and this was still a wide range here from 1350 down to the 700 level. So that was the range that we were kind of playing in here, that red area, and then we broke out. And now we're rolling back into it. So we're just coming back into this area. And the way that I would play this is any rallies, this thing is broken. You need to continue to sell. It is going to move back most likely into that area. And I want to bring in another chart just to kind of show you this while we're doing our 5-minute video today. The opportunity here is to look for areas now that it's getting crushed. Where would you want to own it? I'm not saying Bitcoin is going to go to zero, but the one thing I will say is it's done going parabolic, and now what it's going to do is it's going to come back in and most likely fill into those zones where now that the public is out of Bitcoin, now you can begin to kind of do your homework. Once it broke 2,000, and you see that I had an old layer here of Fibonacci from the old high to that recent low, and that was here, and we've broke through that, and most likely again here we're gonna head down much lower. And here's the daily chart. You can see the point of control right now is back here at 1100, 1200. There's no reason. The value zone is really from 2200 all the way down to, how low does it go? Wow, 600. So huge value zone on this daily chart, and this is just going back not quite a year. Let me pull it back to a year so we can see this. The point of control on a 1-year chart right now is around 611. So we're just getting into, we're trading 1902. We're just at the top of value. This blow-off zone, really the last month, again, that last 30 days that we talked about, is going to be a solid top for us. It's going to take some time for it to ever get through 3,000 again, and the reason is we've got to build it. We've got to build in this base here below us. So this is the way that markets work. They trap people. It's always a trap game. They trap them at the top when things are feverish, and then they trap them at the bottom when things are dire and ugly. The discerning point is how to when to know when that is happening and how to stay away from chasing. So now that everybody that bought here from mid-May to mid-July is underwater. Now we're going to come back to at least, as I was saying, probably this 1250 area. That's a 9-month value. And then before that, you're looking at somewhere back here again. If you go back to July of 16, you're all the way back here to 617. So I would say this is your first target, 1200. There's a hole down here at 900. We could get down to that area, bounce a little bit, and come back down. I'm not saying we're going to go there, but sell the rallies. I said this a month ago when it was at 3,000, and you've already picked up a 33% trade down here at 1897 right now. And the continued trade here is there is no point in trying to buy. Only point, like I would buy today, is down here probably around 900 to 600, and that's a big range also. So just be aware that Bitcoin easily can trade but much lower, and don't try to catch knives in here. Matter of fact, we'd recommend any rallies that you get, continue to sell. So that's it. Have a great Monday at the 5-Minute Trader. Shoot us your questions, Matt at OneMinuteTrader.TV, and we'll see you on the other side. Hope you're having a great day.